Hello and welcome back to the channel everyone. In this episode we are spending the afternoon in Banff with my wife Karen and our daughter Tori, who is visiting the Canadian Rockies for the first time. Today's adventure begins in downtown Banff, where the vibrant streets are alive with hustle and bustle of visitors and locals alike. As we stroll along Banff Avenue, we are greeted by a delightful mix of boutique shops, cozy cafes and inviting restaurants. A short walk and drive from the town centre takes us to the Banff Trail Riders, where we will saddle up for a 1-hour guided horseback ride. This trail offers a unique perspective of Banff's natural beauty, each turn revealing a new vista more stunning than the last. The ride leads us through dense forest and open meadows, offering breathtaking views of the surrounding mountains and rivers. To give you a more immersive virtual experience, I have decided to leave the entirety of this ride filmed by our daughter Tori. Along the way, you will hear our experienced guide share stories of the area's history and point out local wildlife with the relaxing clopping of hooves on the trail and songbirds in the background.
There, get to know him a little bit, give him some head pat.
Hey, there you go.
He's a very nice boy.
Yeah, I sound a little bit hoarse myself. Ha ha, boom boom. That's a good boy.
I don't want to go in the mud.
We need to make room for everybody else. Okay. Sorry, we blocked you in. We had to come around the puddle.
You had to come around the puddle.
Like, I don't want to stand there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to stand at
horse.
either second either.
He's moved himself fully around it.
Just in case he gets a bit kicky.
Yeah. I don't want to be behind him.
That'll do some damage.
Did I stop that in you? Are you enjoying that?
This is Harlan. Yeah.
Here we go.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. This is Red.
Oh, good.
Very sweet boy. You can get to know him there.
Sorry,
What's your
Bounty
nickname?
decided to go around fully around.
Okay.
So we're just kind of.
Oh,
Yeah.
One rear to go.
oh, mine's got braids. Ooh, pretty.
Oh, afterward? Yeah, afterward. Oh,
Sorry.
that's
We're
okay.
stuck.
We can move Gizmo that way.
Gizmo.
There you go. That's why we say spread out nice and good. Alrighty, I'll give you this. This is Taylor.
Hi, Taylor. Oh. Hello, darling. Hello. Hello, sweetheart. Hmm?
Tori and Taylor.
Double T's. Hello. Aren't you so pretty? Aren't you so pretty? Everyone has their horse. Red and red.
Red and red.
What's
Red.
yours called?
Red.
It's her nickname, Taylor.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, our Taylor Swift.
Tori and Taylor.
It's the Lone Ranger. Mum.
Right.
Mother. Oh, watch out, we got.
I ride English, so Western.
Always back it up.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to go over some riding instructions and some trail rules. So everybody can hold their reins just in one hand and one hand only. Perfect, just like an ice cream cone. Just resting in front of the saddle, low on their neck. To get them to steer, just put your hand forward on their neck towards their ear. Turn your hand right to go right, left to go left. You're just going to point their head in the direction you want them to go. To get them to stop, just pull back on your reins towards your belly. Once they stop, just put your hand back down where it is in front of the saddle. If you have too much pressure on their mouth, they'll just let you know by going backwards. So if you ever find yourself going in reverse, they just think you're asking them to, just drop your hand and that should get them to stop. To get them to go forward, toes out, heels in, give them a good bump on the belly. If that doesn't work, they're just big boys. They eat a lot. They probably just didn't feel it. Give them a second bump a little bit harder and that should get them to go forward. Edward, Tori.
He's just rubbing against
Oh, sorry. That's okay. Well, I'll put you in order before you go out. 2 trail rules that you guys have to be aware of. They are not allowed to eat while you're on the trail. If their heads are any lower than they are now, they might be trying to grab a snack. So just put your rein up to the sky, give them a good bump with both legs just to let them know no eating, keep walking. They know the rules, don't let them trick you. Because we're in a national park, we can't regulate the plants that grow here. Some of them are poisonous to our horses, so we just say no eating. And it's a nuisance. So don't let them pull you down. And then single flap. We'll put you guys with whoever you came with. You're going to have 2 lovely guides going with you. Thankfully, it's not going to be me. So they'll be there to help you with anything. They'll be at the front and back of your ride. But just make sure you stay in that order once you see the trail. It's pretty windy and narrow, so you just want to make sure that no passing at all. If you do want to take your jackets off, if you get hot, let the guides know. They'll stop, they'll get off their horse and hold yours. We just always want to make sure somebody has a hand on them at all times. And then the sun flapping behind their ears can sometimes startle them, so we just want to make sure that they're nice and calm. And then always have your reins just in your one hand like you have now, but don't twist them around your fingers or the horn of the saddle. These are your steering wheels and your brakes. And then does everybody know the name of the horse they're on today? Yeah. Perfect. If you ever do forget, behind your left leg they have a little name tag there. If you do hear that name from one of the guides, they are talking to you, not your horse. They probably just have some instructions for you. We are going to send you off with Bailey and Emma. So if you do have anything, they're going to be right there for you today. And then lastly, it is an hour, so it's a long time in the saddle. So how you sit is going to be very important. I want everybody to sit up nice and tall with a straight back like you're proud to be up there. Your heels should be pushing towards the ground and your toes will be up to the sky. And then half of your weight is going to be in your seat, the other half is going to be in your feet. This is going to take pressure off your back, your hips, as well as your horse's back. You'll know if you're doing it right after the hour because you'll be sore otherwise. Perfect, yeah. And if you do have a great time, which I think you will, it's getting a little nicer out today. Tips are always appreciated, but never ever expected. So I am going to send you out in the groups you came with. You might just have to remind me. Are you on Edward? Tom Tom.
Edward.
Tom Tom.
Edward.
Oh, it's Edward. Okay. They look very similar. Who's for traveling? Raise your hand on Edward. And who are you traveling with?
Harwood.
Her. With Harwood.
With Harwood? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. We can get Harwood and Edward first. Come on, Harwood. You're leading this charge. Look at you go. So fast.
Well, good afternoon, folks. How are we feeling today?
Good.
Here. I'm just gonna go over a couple things with you guys. My name at the front is Bailey. At the back we've got Emma. We're gonna be your guides today. If you have any questions or concerns, I don't want to hear about them. I'm just kidding. Let us know, please.
Stand up.
There you go. So when we ride, we actually sit right on our kidneys. Which just means that it's really uncomfortable when you're trying to leave. We're sitting right on our kidneys. Beautiful. Just one hand on your reins on Gizmo. Just one hand, yeah,
Dad.
there you go. Awesome. Let's try this again. So, we're going to stay in a nice single file line today, folks. Our horses don't like being passed, so please, if your horse tries to go beside the horse in front of him, pull him back in line for us. They know the first one in line is the first one who gets home for some supper. Second rule today, folks, you are absolutely allowed to take photos and videos. We actually encourage it. We just ask you keep one hand on your reins at all times. These are your controls for today. If you have any questions, you let one of us know. We'll be able to let you know how you should be riding. So we're going to have lots of hills, lots of uphill and downhill in this ride. I'll remind you, but right now we're going to our first downhill grade of the ride. Supposed to be go downhill. I want to make sure everyone's heels are down in their stirrups and we're leaning back. Almost like you're in a big old lazy boy recliner.
Okay.
Nice job, folks. Beautiful. Oh, my horse is having a pee. Oh my, they all do it. Oh, that's fine. Sorry, folks. I promise we'll get back on the road here in a moment. I can't even hear him. He's got such a soft scream. All right. Let's go. Beautiful job coming down the hill, folks.
We just had that running water.
So coming up in through here, folks, I want you guys to make a really nice slide. Keep to the right. Because Emma will be riding on past us in just a moment.
Where are you going?
Puppy traffic control. Making sure we keep your horse to the right. So the wonderful thing about Banff National Park is that horses actually have the right of way here. So we have this wonderful button that is at horse height. So I don't have to lean down or get off my horse. So we just gotta wait for the light like any other time that we'd be crossing the road, except for on horseback this time.
So hurry up. Red. I know, I can feel it.
Alrighty, we're stopping.
How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Good. Ski break if I can get across the road there.
Thank you.
Welcome to this wonderful suburban part of a neighborhood. Ask your horses not to poop because our boss lives here. We have to clean up this road.
Mm-hmm. Oh, over there. Mark it off my card.
All right, folks. Just like earlier I mentioned, we were going to be doing lots of hills in the ride. So coming up is our first uphill grade. So on this uphill grade, we're going to do the opposite of what we did downhill. We are going to lean forward. Make sure your heels are down, pressing weight into your stirrups, and lean forward for me. If you can imagine giving a piggyback ride to somebody, they're leaning back the whole time. That's really difficult. So we're They're a nice cross between a horse and a donkey. They're pretty funny to look at. I think they're adorable, but they are very strong, and that is the reason why we have that. So on top of the trips that you guys are on today, this is our front country trips. We do back country trips as well that range from 2 to 6 days in length. So for those trips, we need to haul lots of stuff out to our 2 backcountry lodges. The way that we do that is by mule. So mules can carry about 30% of their body weight, where horses can only carry about 10 to 20, making them extremely powerful and awesome to carry stuff. All of our horses in our herd are boys. So with the boys of the animal, we are able to neuter them like you would a dog or a cat. So all these guys are castrated males, which we call gelding. With the girls, we aren't able to neuter them like you could a dog or a cat. So they are very hormonal. Which is why we like to stick to the boys. We know day in and day out they're going to be the same level-headed horse that we were on the day before. We also get all of our horses from auction. So all of our boys are bought from auction without having too much backstory on them, and they're given a second lease on life. So don't ask me how old your horse is. I have no idea. You can kind of estimate a horse's age by looking at their teeth. But we aren't going around to all 300 of our horses and checking their teeth out. Just north of Calgary. So we truck our horses out there in the wintertime, and they get to live on 600 acres of like fields and like in the woods and stuff like that all winter long. They do have choice shelter if they want it, but usually these guys, they're pretty rugged. They like to be out. So they're just pretty much having fun in the snow. Yeah, we don't.
Like from like October to April?
October to April, that's exactly right. So about 10 horses a week are coming back to our main Barns location. So we've got 2 locations in town. Any horses in Banff is us, but we've got this Corrals location as well as our Barns location, which is, I think it's 50 or 100 Sundance Lane. So there's a lot, like a much larger operation down there. So in the morning time, we string all of these boys together. So they all get strung by their saddles in a big line. One of us leads the string, and they come up here for the day. And then in the evening, we'll string them back. So these guys, they don't actually live in the corrals, because you can probably see the corrals are pretty tiny. They live in nice big pastures at our Barns location. So about 10 horses a week are trucked in from our ranch in Calgary. And as they're coming in, we're seeing which horses they are. We're getting saddles fit for them again. We're putting their shoes on them. And then they get at least one day as a guide horse before they become a guest horse. So obviously there's 2 different kinds of horses here today. The ones Sam and I are riding are guide horses. The ones that you guys are riding are guest horses. And the ones that you guys are riding are tried and true. They're very, very, very good boys. The ones that we're riding are a little bit more younger. They're quite younger. They can be a little bit more scared of things, timid. So we put a lot of miles on them before they become guest horses. So I'm right behind my horse. You should not let him get over. Yeah.
They were pretty squishy.
Yeah. rides you guys are riding are super.
We get scared of bears.
They can be scared of bears. Yep. We don't see a whole lot of bears on our trail, especially this one because we're much closer to town. So Parks Canada will kind of take more liberty getting the bears out of this area because they know that people like to, you know, walk this trail, sit on this trail kind of idea, and there's lots of horse activity as well. So they can get really scared of bears. Usually they don't. We only usually see black bears, but the other day we did have a backcountry trip. It was a 3-day trip that was going out to our first lodge. The lodge is about 5 hours away on horseback. And they were 1 hour away from the lodge when they turned around and saw that there was a bear. The front guy would have turned around, there was a bear right in front of them. So if there's a bear right in the middle of the trail, we are instructed to turn around and go home. And they were only an hour away from their destination as well. So they turned around, thinking the bear would leave them alone. They'd be able to kind of shoo him away. He followed them the whole 4 hours back. And come to find out, this wasn't just any ordinary grizzly bear, it was the boss. Have any of you heard of the boss? Yeah. So the boss is one of the most kind of legendary grizzlies in Banff. The boss has sired 80% of the cubs in Banff. And he weighs about 800 pounds, probably the biggest grizzly you'll ever meet. The boss has been hit by our train twice, not once, but twice. So if you hear the train coming through, and if you hear that horn blasting, it's because there's usually wildlife on the track. The boss is the biggest culprit of it. So he is the biggest, most well-known grizzly in Banff. If you see any photographs of grizzlies, they're probably of the boss. He's the most easily spotted one because he's the biggest bear you'll ever see. So for 4 hours, our team was stalked by that bear. All the way back to the barn, where we had 47 people waiting to get on wagons to go to our cowboy cookout. That night, we could not let them get on the wagons for our cowboy cookout because the boss was in the area, and cooking food like that outside is actually against the law when that kind of stuff happens. We called Parks Canada, who got the situation under control, but he actually was walking around our property for quite a good while. It was a little bit scary. There was a lot of hectic activity happening in the barns that day. There's a lot of people running around with their heads cut off, like looking to see how it went.
It's a pregnant.
Is anybody here
in your
staying
face.
at the Banff Springs Hotel? Well, coming down here, folks, over your your left shoulder, you're going to get a beautiful view of the Banff Springs Hotel, right where I am right now, and Cascade Mountain. place, so they made that bylaw, and that's probably why all of the buildings are quite short. Isn't it nice and wide here? Oh, Edward, be nice. Come on, buddy. Give him a little bump in the belly. Look, yeah, with your heels. Beautiful. Let them choose their own path here. Let them choose their own footing, making sure we're leaning back. Nice job, guys. The rocks unexpectedly.
But good for you for hey.
So coming through here, folks, there are trees. If you're getting too close to them, you can push off of them, and your horse will know that they're there, as well as you are in control of the horse. So if you're getting too close to a tree, you can't steer him. That's okay, you have to steer back over here. You gotta steer him, yep. Turn him right around. You got it. Gotta steer him right through the trees back in line. You cannot go that way. And give him a little bump in the belly while you do it. Bump, bump. There it is. Yep, bump, bump, and back through the trees. You have to come back through here. Because we're walking this way. You want to come down here if you can? Emma, we've got a full horse. Just turn him right around and you can pull him right back in line. There you go, you got it. Bigger kicks, bigger kicks. Yep, yep, bigger kicks, there you go. Go, go, go. Hand down now, hand down now. Yep, big kick, big kick. Yeah, there you go. Back through the trees, right behind my horse's bottom. Yep, right behind. You got it.
Good work.
There it is, girl. You're a real cowgirl now.
He doesn't want to stay. I'm done.
Just steer it on your horse. Here, I'll pony him.
I think you could go a little more.
We're going to come on it.
To your right. Yeah, a little more. Kind of give it like a good tug.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, that's
we're
better.
gonna pony him.
Yeah,
Just for a little
that's
bit.
better. Okay.
Which just means we're gonna put this on his head, and I'm gonna hold on to him for you.
Okay.
Yeah. And still hard work.
Where's a good boy? Where's a good boy, Dana?
It's a little unexpected, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's his last ride of the day. He's just going to road. He wants to go home.
You're good to go. You're welcome.
You are still in control of the steering. I just got to hold him now so that if he tries to go road again, he can't.
Watch out for the branch.
Yeah. Boy. Oh my. Oh my, Harwood. Feeling a little bit better? Yeah. Oh. Making sure we're leaning back against the
He does?
Yeah, that's right.
So coming down this hill, folks, around this bend, I want you all to look over your left shoulder. It's going to be a beautiful view of the Spray River and Cascade Mountain. So coming down through here, folks, we are approaching our first river crossing.
Yeah.
So across the river, we've got a few rules, folks. My first rule is stay in this single file line. That cannot be any more clear for you guys. Please stay in the single file line. A rule on top of that is if your horse wants to have a drink, he puts his head down in the river, he's absolutely allowed to have a drink. Just do not pass the horse in front of you. Third rule, folks, Emma and I are cowgirls. We do not swim. So please hold on to your personal items tight so you do not drop them. We are not getting in the river for them.
Come on. Oh, thank you. Come on. Oh, is he doing a wee? Oh, I thought it was. I thought he was stopped just for no reason. There you go. Sorry, buddy. There you go. You can't hear them when they're doing it. Yeah.
How are we all feeling?
Good.
Awesome.
So clever. So cool.
Good, right? Awesome, because we're going to do it again. In a few minutes anyways. But right now, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't even recommend it in June, because I don't know. But it is a beautiful freshwater river. If you saw that coloring, it is crystal clear. And our horses love it. So this is one of two rivers in Banff. The other river you're probably pretty familiar with. That river is called the Bow River. So the Bow River is the river that's a little bit more blue in color. And it is a glacier river. We are going to be walking by the Bow River in a few moments, as well as Bow Falls very soon. We got a couple more stops to make, but before that, I'll tell you a little bit about the Bow River, so you don't have to do a little right beside the river because it's very loud. The Bow River, like I mentioned, is a glacier-fed river, and it is the longest flowing waterway in all of Canada. So it doesn't go by the name the Bow River all the way down, but it does flow from here in Bow Valley all the way to the Ontario-Manitoba border into Hudson's Bay. Since it is a glacier river, it is very, very, very cold. Never getting above 8 degrees Celsius, even on the hottest of days. So sorry, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I wish I did.
You're fine.
Do you really? So coming down here, folks, we're going to be passing the golf course. There's some elk to our left.
Cool.
Designed by famous small screen designer. I wish I knew more about that, but I have no clue about anything golf related. I have only space in my head for things horse related.
I've seen everything today.
Obviously, folks, the elk really like it on the golf green because they got lots to eat. As well as the bears like it out there sometimes too. They really like it because it's kind of like a wildlife corridor. It's a very large open space. It's very easy for them to walk through. The only animals not allowed on the golf green are our horses. So, it's actually a $75 fine per hoof print if our horse sets foot on the golf course. So we do our best to stick right here on this path and not go on that
silly
beautiful
rule,
golf
huh?
green.
You okay? What's wrong?
Yeah. Not on horseback. They wait to tee off until we're past. That sound, a lot of people think that they're sneezing when they make that sound. So if one of the things is either they do have a little bit of dust in their nose, they need to get it out, or they're content. So sometimes they'll make that noise, they'll find it, like my horse likes to make it when we're almost back to the corral, because he knows it's almost home. But these boys will make it like if there's dust in their nose, or if they're happy, they're trying to communicate with their other horses that they are coming here. If a horse sneezes, you will absolutely very loud. So folks, up here we're going to take the trail to the right, so that Emma can trot up on our left and block off the road for us again. Make sure when we're crossing the road you say thank you to her. Yeah, he is. Welcome that time. Yep, for sure. Yeah. Oh, that looks really pretty though. Yeah. Not what we wanted, but pretty. I wouldn't even say that was a little, it was a canter. Beautiful! Remember to say thank you to Emma! Traffic control! We'll see you guys stop completely. Thank you! Everyone still doing good?
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. My pleasure. I get to see all your beautiful faces.
I'm 4 years old. Oh, yeah, so I've been riding horses for quite a while. I've been riding, yeah, since I was 4, doing lots of different things. Before I was here, One of our supervisors likes to call him Ed Weird. I really like that horse though, because he is so strange. He's got a lot of. I love all the boys though. I try not to pick favorites. It's hard sometimes. Some of them are so lovable. Right? My favorite actually isn't here today. He's back at the barn location. He's a guided horse and I love him so much. One of my favorites is actually here, not in this ride, but he was on my last ride. His name is Kokanee, right here. And he was the very first horse I rode here. So I have a special place in my heart for him. He is like a dune horse, so he is a guest horse. But like I mentioned, when we bring them all in from our ranch in Calgary, we always put at least one day of a ride on them. So us guys will ride them for at least one day of riding, just to make sure that they are.
Oh, he's a good boy. What? My bingo card? I crossed 2 rivers and the waterfall. Oh wow. Yeah. That's awesome. What's your head?
Great, you're like reading that.
Ooh.
Emma, we're gonna need your help up here.
Naughty horse. Yeah, they're almost back, that's why. Nope. You're not allowed to. No. No. Taylor. Back in line, please. You just wanna do this side, alright. Can we go that way, please? Thank you. You're like, I'm not going up that. Okay. You've done this before, haven't you? Is that one? Yeah. Just does whatever he wants. Good job. Yeah. He always meets back up, so he's just like, no, I prefer to go this way, thanks. Yeah. You just don't want to go on it, do you? Yeah, you're being naughty. Hop back in. Come on. Come on. Good boy. This is so naughty. Good. Go, go, go. Good job.
So coming into the last of our ride, folks, we are approaching the corral. I hope you guys had a fantastic ride. If you did, tips are always appreciated but never expected. What we do expect is that you guys reach down, give your horse a really big pat, tell him he's a good boy, because they do all the hard work around here. When we get there, folks, we're going to ask you to stay on your horses with your helmets done up until somebody in a cowboy hat comes to help you down. If you'd like a photo on your horse, we can absolutely do that for you. Just hand us your phone and let us know what you'd like. Again, folks, on behalf of Emma and I, thank you so much for coming on this ride with us today. We've super enjoyed having you. You've been a wonderful group.
Thank you.
Come take this pony from me. Beautiful.
After an hour of exploring on horseback, we return to the corrals, our spirits lifted by the adventure. But there's one more highlight to our day. Our final adventure of the day takes us to the Banff Gondola. As we ascend Sulfur Mountain, the panoramic views of the Rockies unfold before us. At the summit, we step out onto the observation deck where the views are nothing short of spectacular. The boardwalk leads us to the Cosmic Ray Station and Sanson's Peak, offering a glimpse into the area's rich history. As the day comes to a close, we reflect on our adventure. From the vibrant streets of downtown Banff to the serene trail ride around Banff National Park and the awe-inspiring views from Sulfur Mountains, this has been a day of discovery and wonder. Until next time, the Rockies await.